So it is currently very early in the morning. I've been editing this video you're going to currently watch for the last couple of hours to make it in time for the embargo, which is, well, today at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So basically this video took a lot out of me. So if you could subscribe to the channel and like this video, it would mean a lot to me. And of course, it also helps the channel grow so I can give you guys more content. So with all that being said, let's get into the video. So I've spent the last week with the brand new Pixel 10 Pro XL, getting to know the phone, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And in doing all this, I wondered, with so many Android phones in the market right now, what is the best one to compare it to? And after asking you guys in my comment section, the overwhelming majority said the Galaxy S25 Ultra, which makes a lot of sense because without a doubt, the S25 Ultra is one of the best phones of 2025, if not the best by many people's standards. From the great display to its performance, and of course, those cameras. But with the Pixel 10 Pro XL, Google came out with a different perspective this time around. You have new AI features, a new chip, the same body more or less, and a semi-different display. Which do you think is the better choice, or which is the better value for your money? So if we look at the Pixel 10 Pro XL and the Pixel 9 Pro XL, there is little to no difference between these two phones. It's crazy to me because Google is known for changing something different every single year. This time around, they decided to do what Apple and Samsung have been doing for the last 4 years and change absolutely nothing. I mean, if we really want to look at it on a microscopic level, the G at the back is slightly bigger. The SIM card tray is now at the top and not at the bottom, leaving room for another speaker, which I like. And I guess the side buttons are slightly bigger. Those are only the three subtle differences, and I understand it from a design perspective. The Pixel 9 had positive reviews from tech nerds and the average consumer, so it wouldn't make any sense for them to start changing things around. However, it is a slippery and comfortable slope to find yourself in. And speaking of comfortable, it is heavier than the Pixel 9 Pro XL. This is 232 grams to the Pixel 9's 221 grams. I personally don't really feel any of the differences because they feel the same to me. However, they did give us some better colors this time around. We have Moonstone, Jade, Obsidian, and Porcelain. Moonstone is the better color to me, and a lot of people also agreed with me on Twitter. Look at that. So that's the new design. Same thing from last year, same camera visor, same temperature sensor that nobody uses, same everything. Now, if we look at the S25 Ultra, Samsung went for a thinner and lighter phone. This is a 218 gram phone, which weighs less than the S24 Ultra, yet has a slightly bigger display size. So Samsung was able to shrink the S25 Ultra and still maintain an Ultra-like display size. And that wasn't the only noticeable design change on this phone. Samsung also completely rounded off the corners and took away the sharp edges that the previous models are known for. It also comes in 4 colors, just like the Pixel 10 Pro XL. You have your black, your gray, white silver, and silver blue, each duller than the last. But Samsung provided 3 more colors exclusive to their website: pink gold, jade green, and jet black, all better options than the standard colors in my opinion. Now, the one thing the S25 Ultra has that the Pixel doesn't is the S Pen, and I swear to God, I have never used this thing for anything other than to make a review for this video. Personally, I never really cared for the S Pen, but I really empathize with people who do. Samsung is also known for its quality hardware. Titanium is still titanium, although Samsung says the titanium on the S25 Ultra is grade 5 and the one on the S24 Ultra is grade 2. I guess that means something. Now, despite an improved Gorilla Glass Armor 2 for better shatter resistance, durability tests have shown that the S25 Ultra might be less scratch resistant than the S24. As we all know, design is very subjective, and it was very clear in my comment section that people prefer the Pixels while others prefer the S25 Ultra. The only reason I would give the Pixel this round are because of the colors. They look incredibly better than the S25 Ultra. I literally carry my phone without a case, so it has to look good, and this does look good. Now, one thing that is not subjective is the display, and I think this one is a landslide because of one single feature. So the Pixel 10 Pro XL has the same display from last year with a few tweaks. It has a 6.8-inch LTPO panel with an adjustable refresh rate that goes from 1 to 120. It also has a peak brightness of 3300 nits or 3300 nits. Easily one of the brightest phones in the industry in 2025. Definitely brighter than the S25 Ultra on paper, which is impressive. Now, these are just numbers on paper, like I just said, but in person, the S25 Ultra also gets crazy bright under direct sunlight, so they look equally the same. Now the S25 Ultra pushes its display further to compensate for the sun's reflections. These two phones are going band for band on the better display. And I think we've reached a point in the smartphone industry where displays are so good, we as consumers or creators or whoever can't really tell the difference. This is a side-by-side comparison of the display and they both look good. The blacks are black, the color accuracy is also very good, so I don't think I can say one display is better than the other, except the S25 Ultra has that incredible anti-reflective coating. It is a game changer and you might not be able to tell from the camera, but it is night and day. How you unlock both phones are also very similar. The Pixel 10 Pro XL also has an ultrasonic fingerprint reader, so they have similar speeds in getting into your phone. So for the display, the S25 Ultra will take this round, and while they're similar, I think the anti-reflective coating makes this so much better. And just a quick heads up, before we dive into the battery specs, we are so close to 40,000 subs, and it'll be dope if we can get there as soon as possible. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and like this video so more people can see it. Okay, let's get back into who has the better battery. And while it's relatively early to say which has the better battery, I don't think there's much of a difference in my battery experience between the Pixel 10 Pro XL and the Pixel 9 Pro XL, for example. While the Pixel 10 Pro XL has a 5200 mAh of battery, I get about 6 to 8 hours of screen on time, sometimes even less. The S25 Ultra has been mostly bad this couple of months. I went on a Reddit thread and I found out that I'm not really the only one. Not sure if it's a software update, but it sucked in the last month or so. I think the Pixel 10 Pro XL is better, albeit it's still new. They added Qi2 wireless charging, which is a game changer for people who love to wirelessly charge their phones or add different accessories. It's crazy it took them so long to implement this, but here we are at the end of the day. Now, while the Pixel 10 Pro XL's battery is good, there is still one thing that may hold it back, and that is Tensor. So let's talk about the performance. Now, the new Pixel series is powered by the new Tensor G5 made by TSMC, and they decided to leave Samsung, and this chip promises to be 30% faster, which is kind of true. It does feel faster when you're opening different apps. Now, when you're scrolling, it feels very smooth as ever, thanks to the integration with the Pixel experience. They have the same RAM as the Pixel 9 Pro XL, so this helps with gaming and whatnot. Okay, look, this is all fine and good. And if you know me, you know that I say a lot of the time that benchmarks don't really tell the full story because it doesn't tell the full experience of the user as well as the software integration. But I do think to be the best phone in 2025 or even 2026, you have to have the best performance on your phone, or at least it's close enough to the competition, because this has similar multi and single core scores from the iPhone 12 that came out 5 or 6 years ago. However, wherever the Pixel lacks in raw performance, they make it up in software performance. Now, the Pixel 10 Pro XL comes with Android 16 with Material 3 Expressive, but the headline this year is the amount of AI features they are adding. So they demoed a few features live, which was very impressive, by the way, but the one thing that caught my eye was Magic Queue. Essentially, if someone texts you about dinner, Magic Queue quietly checks your Gmail for reservations and then suggests the restaurant's name, the time, and other details in the thread. If you call an airline and it recognizes the number, it pulls out your ticket from Gmail and pops up your seats, your departure time, all on your screen. All of this, by the way, runs in the background. You only see it when there's something genuinely helpful. And this is the kind of AI that I like because personally, it has felt like AI has been soulless with no context or nuance. So this looks like it's the real world application. They also demoed a voice translation feature. So if you're on the phone with someone that speaks another language, the Pixel would translate your voice in that language in real time and the voice will sound like you. It's another dope feature that has real world applications. So all this is in conjunction with other AI features like Best Take, Add Me, and Circle to Search. The S25 Ultra keeps it cool with 7 years of OS updates, which is the new normal. It has 12 gigs of RAM and a lot of AI features. Maybe that's what the S25 Ultra is all about. Normality. Just do what others are doing while neglecting the innovations and hunger that made Samsung. Even in the AI aspect, which Samsung is kind of obsessed with right now, they've kind of refused to innovate in that department. Plus, the older S24 Ultra will get these AI features, so what's really the point? Now, the S25 Ultra will win when it comes to performance, but when it comes to software, AI features, and integration, the Pixel 10 Pro will clearly take this round. All right, let's talk about the cameras. Now, the Pixel 10 Pro XL has the same cameras as last year. They are identical in every way. It has a 50 megapixel wide-angle lens with a 48 megapixel ultra-wide lens and a 48 megapixel telephoto lens, while the S25 Ultra has a 200 megapixel wide-angle lens with a 50 megapixel telephoto lens, a 12 megapixel ultra-wide lens, and a 10 megapixels for optical zooms. How do these stack up against each other? From the main wide-angle sensor, the S25 Ultra is much more vibrant and colorful compared to the Pixel 10 Pro XL that depicts more of a natural look. Samsung's picture profile always has more saturation. Some people may love it, but I'm not a fan personally. They both have a telephoto lens and they're both good, but the Samsung's 3X and 5X do a better job than the Pixel 10s in that regard. Now, the ultra-wide lenses are pretty much up there in terms of detail and gathering a lot of light, but I don't think I see a huge difference between these two phones. So the Pixel now has 100x zoom and ProRes zoom. The camera uses AI and a digital zoom to go all the way to 100x. The pictures are blurry, but it then uses AI to clean it up. And with my tests, it turns out that certain numbers or street signs that the Pixel can't really recognize turns those numbers into gibberish. So it's not exactly there yet, but it is a dope feature, one that I'm never going to use. When it comes to video on the Pixel 10 Pro XL, it's the same story from last year. It's just okay, even with video boost on. I hope that they added a log option to shoot this time around, but alas, they decided not to. Whereas phones like the S25 Ultra and the iPhone has moved steps further away when it comes to mobile video. But it goes without saying that the Pixels are just better when it comes to taking pictures, while the S25 Ultra is the better phone when it comes to taking videos. So with all that being said, which is the right Android phone for you? Price-wise, the 10 Pro XL is $1199, while the S25 Ultra is $1299 USD. That is a $100 difference, and a difference that isn't so far if we're being honest. So if you're looking for a great phone with a great camera, awesome display, good battery life, stylish design, and all the AI features that you can dream of, and of course, cheaper, then the Pixel 10 Pro XL is what you should get. But if you're looking for the best of the best in terms of performance, the S Pen, the display, the camera, then the S25 Ultra hands down is the better phone. But what do you guys think? Which is the better phone? Let us talk down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like this video, and of course, share it as we are so close to 40,000 subs. Thank you guys for watching this video. My name is KJ, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.